Hi everybody, how are you doing? Just let me know to make sure everything is working properly, that you guys are hearing me. I'll just wait for you guys to answer. Also, Happy New Year, because we didn't talk for a couple of, I guess, maybe a week or two. I haven't given a lot of news for on social medias. I just took some time to I would say to rest, but actually, my version of resting is I've been doing so much music. And I've been working on some new material kind of on the side of the album. And that's what I want to kind of do today. I want to show some very tiny, small part of the work that I've been doing. So today we're going to be actually editing the guitars for one of the songs that I've written. It's going to be a metal track, and we have the final drums. Maybe we're gonna rework some of the articulations and stuff. We've got the final guitars. They have just been finished this afternoon. We have the harp, everything is arranged. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're still going to be working on, but basically I still need to record final harp and I need to record final vocals. Those are just scratch tracks so far. So what's final is really the guitars, but they need some editing. So that's what we're going to do today. Hello everybody in the chat. So just let me know. Yeah, okay, you hear me. I hope the volume is also okay. And so it's so nice to see you guys. It's been a while, and I spend so much time doing the music that I haven't really had so much time to make YouTube videos. And so I'm kind of hoping that streaming will make it up to it, make up for it. And so yeah, that's what we're doing today. Cool, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sort of excited about this track, but first let me just pop the chat out so that I can see it while we work. So pop out chat, I'm gonna put it right there so that I see when you guys say stuff, because that would be useful, wouldn't it? There we go. So this I don't really need. Fine on your side. Cool. So the new song that I wrote, actually this is a song that I wrote a while back, but then I decided to put it together, and I've been working with my friend Scott, and he's been helping me, and we've been collaborating on this track. And so I basically gave him the composition, and we've been working together for arranging all of the parts. We've already finished one of the songs, actually. All there is to do at this point, it's called The Siren's Call, and all there is left to do is the mixing. So we have all of the tracks ready, and that's so exciting, and I hope to release it in January. That would be great. And it's a really beautiful track. It has a little bit more of an acoustic vibe to it, but this one is a full-blown metal one, and that's probably going to be the first one that I'll be releasing as a metal track. And as I said, I'm not going to do it with the album, actually. It's going to be a separate thing, and it's probably surely going to be released before I'm done with the album. So you guys are going to get some music before that, because there's still so much work to do on the album, and I just felt like I needed to have something that would come out, and I needed to just do music and get it out, and that's what I'm doing. So if you guys are interested, I have the lyrics for the song in this link, but I could actually probably share it with my screen. There we go. So, I will open Pro Tools right here. Keep in mind that this is not mixed or anything, but I think, and those vocals are definitely scratch vocals. I would never put something like that out. It's just me doing a quick one take of a song that I've only been singing 2 times, and it takes a little bit more rehearsal to make something that I'm personally happy with. Like, it's a bit pitchy at times, so don't worry about it too much. But that's gonna give you an idea of how the song goes, and I would love for you guys to let me know what you think of it so far. So I can show my screen. So here is Pro Tools. I don't know if you guys want to see me more or less, let's say like this. But if like I'm hiding something or you would rather have the camera in a different position, just let me know. And also I'm having some matcha, so, and it's, I don't know how matcha works, but probably needs to be stirred or something. Okay, so let's listen to this together. If the volume is too high or there's a problems with the volumes, please let me know, because it's easy for me to fix them. I have this amazing interface that I can do everything that is humanly possible with, so just let me know. So this is scratch harp. Oh, lyrics. Oh, I'm in front of it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that's the song. There's a couple of weird things here and there, like the bass is not supposed to be that loud over here, and this is not mixed, and it's not nearly finished. Like the harp is a little bit wonky and the vocals are a little bit pitchy, so it's not yet there, but we're working towards that today, and we're actually going to be doing the guitars. So, just to give you a little bit of kind of help you see how my session is built, we're not going to need the drums. Those are the drums, but basically I think that I have a couple of things on the bass that I need to still edit, so I'll just go through them first. I only have like those red sections that I need to make sure everything is working. Very ballady. Okay, we're working. Okay, I don't know what happened. Cool. Sorry for that. I don't know what happened. Like I guess OBS just went crazy or something. So let's go back to desktop. So here we go. So we're gonna be editing the guitars. I'm gonna try to show you guys a little bit of the process that I go through when I do that kind of stuff. And I want to start with the bass because I do in fact have some edits on the bass, and I just kind of need to put them in warp. Basically what I do is just kind of time aligning things a little bit tighter on the grid. But if you've ever done music editing or done a fair amount of it, you will know that it's not very good practice to retime things entirely on the grid because you don't want to lose the feel of it. You want to keep a little bit of the imperfection in it, and my goal is not for it to be perfect, but just so that everything kind of feels locked in, because like the more layers you have, the more chaotic it's going to become if there's a lot of stuff. And I think the way we perceive live recording and recorded music is a little bit different, and it's something that I think needs to be taken into account when doing editing and when doing the recording and all this stuff. So I'll just place down some markers. Yeah, I'm kind of in a mode that requires a lot of rendering, so I'll put it like this. It's gonna be a bit quicker, and I'll switch it back. So right now I'm just placing some handles so that my time stretching does not go all over the place. And I'll just edit the red sections actually, because I've already done the kind of purple, magenta, fuchsia, I don't know how to say the name of that color, but you get it. Okay, so let's just go here. So I know a little bit of the part. I've soloed. Yeah, I'll do the da da. So this is fine. Da 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 da. Like this one feels a little bit ahead of time to me. So I'll just, you know, that's fine. Da, 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 da. I don't really want to move that. So that's gonna be pretty quick. Yeah, and it sounds a little bit weird because Pro Tools is putting those markers and it's a little bit bizarre, but I'll remove that later and it's going to help. So I'll just pretend like the artifacts don't exist. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Da, 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 da. This one is like a little bit ahead of time, but I don't want to put it too close. Da, 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 Maybe actually this one to keep the feel maybe. No, too close, too close. Da -da -da -da. It's very like surgical kind of work over here, so I think that like on the grand scheme of things, it's debatable whether it's something that actually makes a huge difference or not, but I think that like 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 ends up making a massive difference. And so that's why I always kind of, even if it's really, really well played, I always like to go and, you know, I want to lock this before I start playing too much with it. This is a bit intense playing, but we're gonna deal with it. Okay, this is just one note, so that's fine. Actually, I don't really like how this sounds, and so I'll probably revert back to the original take, not the one that I re-recorded. And so what that would mean is it's probably this one here. Yeah, da 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 dum. I'll probably change it for this one. Is it better? Maybe not. That's fine. We're gonna deal with it. Love lifted me. All right, so there we go. That's really low. That's B flat. Okay, so I think this is all good. Let's go back to warp. Okay, this one I need to check. I'm kind of okay with this being a little bit ahead of time, I think. This low note though. I'm tempted to actually ask Scott, who played the parts, to see if he would like to just record the octave up, because that's so low. See you. All right. Okay, so let's keep going here. If you guys have questions about the process, or there is something that you guys are interested in knowing about, please let me know, because I can answer if it has to do with anything about my process is something that I can probably give more information about. So how does that go? Actually, I think that part was unnecessary, because was it though? Okay, I think for this I'm gonna go the like quicker route, which is, I don't want to tighten it that much. I'll just do that, and it's going to create the markers for me. No, okay, I want every 8 notes, something like that, and with the metronome. It's just a bit tighter. Yeah. That's a little bit ahead of time. Yeah, I'm right here. But it works really well like that, I believe. So we're not gonna touch that further. Now, this section. That's so low. Okay, I'm okay with this. I don't think there's any corrections to do on that. That's tight enough. All right, so that's it for the bass. That was pretty quick because I already did like most of the parts. But one of the things that I do once I'm done with that is go in waveform, and then I just want to print it out as one. So I'll duplicate this. I'll transform this into one single thing that's rendered, and that's gonna be my final bass track, or at least for now, unless I decide to re-record those like really low parts, because as you can tell, they sound like a little bit blue, and I don't know if they actually sound good with the rest either, so we're gonna see. All right, so interesting part now. I'm going to be editing those guitars. So I just want to show you around what I have so far. Well, let's actually select all of this. No. And I'll make them large. Okay. So, as you can tell, I have a total of 8 guitar tracks. This one is bass tracks, so we don't really need it right now. So I have a total of 8 guitar tracks, but in fact, I don't have 8 guitars. I have I have one part I have one guitar that we basically recorded on 2 sides. So we have one that's panned to the left and one that's panned to the right, and they play exactly the same thing. And then we have one line of harmony, one left, one right. And so that makes 4 total guitar track recording, but it's good practice to also record what we call a DI. And so we recorded a second track that does not have any effects on it. And so what that is for is if we decide that the guitar sound is not what we wanted in the mix, later on we can change it. But also it has this other really cool function that it's like, as you can tell, this is the distortion track and this is the DI track. And so if you see, it's much easier to see where the peaks are when doing editing and retiming than it is to do if I would only have those ones, because this is just like a big bread of sound, whereas like this is a little bit clearer. So what I do is I actually link those tracks together. Well, I'm gonna do, oh, I completely forgot to do something super important with the bass, and I'll do it right now. Warp. And the playlist was this one, I think. Yes. And it's actually, I need to remove all the like little markers from this and put it back to X form, because that's a better algorithm for retiming. At least you don't have to sing as low as that bass. No, I wouldn't take the job because I wouldn't be able to, as you can probably tell already. So yeah, I mean, laws of physics. Waveform. So I'll do that again. I'll duplicate that and consolidate it like this. All right, so we've got that going for ourselves. Now guitars. So what I would normally do is go in analysis I would select those like this, and then I'll probably want to just do like 1%. I just want to, what went wrong here? Okay, it's because it's not that, it's in this mode. Okay, this is not working. What are we, how do we do that? This, why is it not, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, it's only on one side. You probably can hear that. Yeah, those were a little bit, is the click a little bit like loud or something? It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Okay. So, what I'll want to be doing is, well, that sounds, and it feels pretty tight to me. Oops, I want to have this one, but not this one. Nah. Okay, we have one problem here. I think I'll do this one immediately, actually, so we get something similar. Okay. So I don't really need to see those ones actually, but we're gonna keep them. So I'm always gonna be working on the DI track because it's easier. Like if I change one, it's actually, like as you can see, it's switching the two tracks that are linked together. So let's try again from here and just let's see where there's, I feel like this one is a little bit ahead, in like late, and this one is actually a little bit ahead. Yeah, those ones are going a little bit off, but those ones are actually in time, so I'll want to do something like this. Yeah, there's like something here. Okay, well, we can't really, like, as you can tell, the waveform here is a bit shorter than this one. The articulation was a bit different, but we're gonna deal with, we're gonna deal. Yeah, okay. Articulation just gonna be a bit. We can't really do much about this one. This one is a little bit ahead. Why is it not? Okay, we got it. Yeah, those ones I can hear are a little bit off. I'll just tighten them a little bit. As you can tell, like, I'm not doing 100%. If you check the grid, I'm never going up, like, all the way. Software evolution for composing. Yeah, like this is actually Pro Tools. Any DAW is just as valid. But yeah, in case you're wondering, there's also a lot of tools that are blah 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 there are some that are free or very very cheap. Pro Tools is not in the category. I wouldn't call it cheap. All right, okay. I think I was here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Here I hear that they're not exactly timed, and so this I want to tighten a little bit, maybe a bit more. Da da da. This is off. In the grand scheme of things, is it absolutely necessary? Probably not. But do I do it anyways? Yes, I do. Okay, I still there's a bit of a bounce here that I don't. It's like this one is a lot louder than this one, but that's fine. We don't necessarily want them to be exactly the same. That's not the point. We just want them to be close enough that they kind of create that wall effect. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I'm not 100% like okay, I think that this section is that's your job at work. That's mine too. Okay, that's good enough. It's not perfect, but we're gonna live with it, I think. If you guys have questions, let me know. That's good. That's good. I think that sometimes what I do is like yeah, no, okay, I can't do this at this point. Forget it. There's a strange note here, but I think that it's nice. Okay, we're gonna edit that later. Second part, when the guitars come in, I don't know what happened here. We're gonna cut it off later. Okay, this is a little bit, this one is a little bit off, I think. Well, both of them are kind of off. So I just want to remove those markers because we really don't need them. I don't need this one either. Okay, let's just kind of, okay, we have a double marker problem here. Okay, this is fine. But this is like a little bit ahead of time, as you can tell. So I don't want to have this here. And unfortunately, this is a bit too off. So like the sync is quite affected by, like I still would like it to feel similar, so I'm not gonna tighten it like 100%, but I still kind of need to bring it you know, a little bit like this, kind of like that, I guess. Like we're gonna see how it feels like when we have the whole thing. I think like here I'm hearing that it's a little bit off for my taste. Let's listen back from here. Yeah, here too actually. Volume. Maybe a dumb question. There's no stupid questions. What are graph heights on the tracks expressing? It's no, that's a very good question. It's amplitude is the basically how loud it is. Yeah, so that's the amplitude. It's a very good question, really. Okay. I don't like that it's giving me double markers. Ah, no! We're here. That's pretty good. Here. Something I would probably... Okay, this is a little bit ahead of time. I'll listen a bit back so I can have an idea. You're welcome, Rolly. Yeah. There's something here. Something happened here. I think it's this one. Let's start from here. Okay, let's see in details. All right. It's quite ahead of... Well, I would say that this is not the right marker. This should be the right marker. It's like not choosing the right transient. Maybe this is going to help. No, it's the opposite. I want to remove this one so we keep the right one. And this is also quite ahead of time, so no. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, here we have some issues. This is a little bit I can kind of see myself tightening this up a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, this is a little bit late compared to the other one. Like, feel-wise, it's kind of cool, but not too much of it. Okay, yeah, the volumes are different. That's what makes it seem like it's off, but it's not. That's as good as it gets. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and like, I think that in places like this, I'm like being a little bit rougher with the tightening. Like when it's a rhythm that does not have like specific, because it's so easy to kind of make it feel off. I think that this goes here. Okay, this needs... This one is a little bit off to me. There we go. We're like 3/4 in the song, by the way, so we're almost done. Okay, this doesn't work. There's like something here, but yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'm kind of editing them in a vacuum, but we're gonna listen to them again. What is this? I should have deleted the markers on top, actually. Yeah, this one is like a little bit wider, and so we hear it a bit more. Oh, here we got something. Yeah, this one's like a lot louder than this, and so that's fine. Okay, and this I'll be a little bit more intense about it. And this whole thing, usually, because I've heard them, they will need a little bit more, because this section is the like double kick thingy that's like really intense. Actually, you know what, I'll do this. I'll delete all the markers in this section and I'll do them again from scratch. And I want them, I want more. Yeah. I want them like this even. We need more help than this. Let's go line by line. I'll do the same for this one. Okay, there's something happening here. Okay, this one is like particularly late, and so I'm going to fix it. This one goes here. It's here. Yeah. And those are a little bit. There's like a one that's not even matching, but we're just gonna live with it. Yeah. Cool. We're done with the main guitars. I still would have the top ones to edit, I mean the harmonies, but like there's almost nothing to do, so I'll probably leave it there. I just wanted you guys to have a little bit of an idea of what I do. So since I'm pretty much done with those, I still need to do a couple of things. First one being I'll bring them back to being waveforms. I'll duplicate them. I'll actually put them in analysis. I'll remove all those markers because they create some artifacts, and I'll go back to waveform, and I will create a render for those, which should take, oh no, wait. I wanted to render them as, no! I'll give it a second. So, this is what happens when, I don't know, I click too quick. You are excited for this creation. Thank you. We're gonna listen to this track once more, and then the tortured screams. Yeah, I know. Yeah, F. Exactly. Pay respect for the software. Rip. Okay, I don't think it's going to listen to me, so I'll restart it. Very relatable tortured scream. Yeah. Yep. So it's gonna take a second. When was your last save? I have no idea, but I think Pro Tools is saving every 5 minutes, so that'll be good enough. I think it's probably saved. And I like just spam save all the time, so I don't have a memory of when I save. Okay, like you don't even open the thing? Come on, Pro Tools. Come on. Pro Tools and Windows are not the best combination, but for me it's still worth it. Actually, the audio editing tools in Pro Tools are very good. I haven't tested a lot of stuff with other DAWs, but I know that Pro Tools, like, I'll complain a little bit about how they manage MIDI stuff, but when it comes to audio editing, you can do it, Pro Tools. Point that out. Spam save is good, or else most of these DAWs pick up on your project from wherever you left off. Yeah, I think that, like, this looks tight enough, does it? I think that it did save what I had. Let's just see, actually, analysis. It still has the analysis. So let's actually there we go. Let's go back to waveform. And what I needed to do before anyways was render to Xform, which will take a couple minutes maybe to render. But Pro Tools, we're cheering on you. Yeah, it managed to do its thing. Now we just gotta wait that the audio files are rendering. Actually, there's multiple algorithms you can use to retime, but I think that the Xform is the one that creates, it's longer to process, but it creates less artifacts. And so we haven't had like really good examples of what an artifact sounds like, but maybe when I edit harps, when I edit a harp, you get so much artifacts from editing a harp. It's ridiculous. But you know, that's life. But yeah, like this is actually much better. But yeah, it takes a little bit of time to process. And yeah, what I do, because every time that I would do a change, it would need to render again. And so what I do is I work with another algorithm, and then I transfer at the end with Xform, and I take a bit of sips of my matcha, and I can actually come back to this. One of them is done. I can go to full cam. But yeah, do you guys have questions on editing? Is there something you're interested in knowing about when it comes to the process of writing, producing music, or some random other questions that you guys have? Because we've got some minutes to answer them while the thing is rendering. After I'm done with this, I'll actually I'll render those things. I'll probably send them to Scott, which he's the person who played the tracks, and I'll also have to do some like edits on the random like little in the beginning of the track, because he was like preparing to play or whatever, and so I'm gonna have to clean the tracks off a little bit, but after that's done, we should be good to go for the guitars, and we can listen to it one more time at the end. I actually need to edit the harmonies, but I'll do that off stream, because I think you guys get the point of how this works and what the guitars sound like. You joined the stream late. When will this song be out? I would probably like it to be out in February, because I'm working on another song also this month, and we need to mix it, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to mix the two tracks. But yeah, we have another one that's already done, written, arranged, recorded, ready for mix. We have all the instruments and stuff, and it's really pretty. Maybe I can actually, no, I don't think I have a proper export for this. Because I would have shown you a bit of how the song sounds like. Let me see if I have something while it's rendering. We still have two things to go. Okay, I have a bounce here. Maybe this one? I don't know if it's like close enough, but this is one of the tracks. This is not mixed, so I don't know if it's the right one. That's in the older version. Oh, you don't? Oh my god. Let's fix that. Now you should. Or I should do it like this. Da, 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 da. Just to feel now the wind captured by the waves. I heard a siren call, built a boat and fled, sailed across the sea, left just for to hear the sound. It's not mixed. Sirens call. Play my songs as I come to break the stars, as I live my dream and crush their hearts as I fall in love again. Yeah, it's a little bit more orchestral. I'll stop it there. It actually sounds awful when exported to me. Like, it doesn't sound like that in my session, or like it's an older session or something. But I can't wait for this to be mixed, because this does not sound like a final mix at all. It sounds like, no. But it gets an idea of the composition itself, so you've got something to look forward to. That's gonna probably be out in January, or at least that is the goal. We're gonna see. Okay, so we've got our guitar tracks. I forgot to cut out those things, so I just, oh no. Okay, this is, I'll actually do this. Cool. And I will just create those fades like this, like this. Well, I don't want to cut it too much. I want to give some space, so let's keep it like this for now. Nope. Cut it off, because this is all kind of noise and stuff. We don't need the noise. We don't need that either. This is like what bleeds. So we're just gonna kind of do this. I'm not even sure I'm gonna keep that part. I think that the guitars actually start here, so I'll do a small fade in like this. What else do we have at the end? Yeah. Well, I won't... keep it up to this point. Like, in fact, what it's gonna sound like is I'm gonna put a fade like this at the end, and it's probably gonna last way less than... It's gonna be shorter than this, but I don't want to export it like this. But just for us to listen to it, I think I might just keep it like this for now. So now that we have that going for ourselves, let's do a full listen of the track again. Oh, you don't see my screen. Haha. Desktop. So now you see. So I just cut some of the stuff there, and we can go through it. And I didn't know you were streaming on YouTube. Looking gorgeous as always. Oh, Cookie Whispers, thank you. You're so nice. How are you doing? Are you involved in the final mixing? Yeah, we're gonna do it together. Like we're just, you know, it's a bit of an experiment, and it's for fun and no pressure about it. So we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm gonna be involved in the final mixing, but it's mostly gonna be my friend who's gonna do it, I guess. All right. So final listen, I'll pull the lyrics out so you guys can see them. So, oh. How come? Thank you. The harp is a bit under. Thank you. That works. Hey, Sunny. How are you doing? Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Wow. Thank you, you're so nice. All right. Yeah, so that's the song. And if you just came in, we just finished editing the guitars, and that's what we were doing today. So yeah, I think it's like maybe in the grand scheme of things, it's not doing like the most like obvious difference, but in my opinion, it's just those tiny details that added up on top of each other, they make a huge difference, I think. And so I think it's still work that's really worth it. And all the small details, I think people, whether they hear them directly or not, I think they appreciate them. And so that's how I proceed. And I think it's just like a tiny bit together, you know. Yes, so yeah, like if we're gonna see me on stage on my own in a concert soon, I don't know, maybe in streams, but I have nothing planned or nothing specific in mind. I would say that right now my plan is to mostly work on recordings, and I hope to be sharing a little bit more of that journey on YouTube. I think that like it can be interesting to get to see a little bit more of the behind the scenes, and I'm not gonna like do every single part of the process on stream like that, but I thought maybe there was something that you guys might be interested in seeing. And thanks for the saying that about my lyrics. There's some stuff that I might still change, because those are not the final vocals, those are just scratch vocals. They're a bit pitchy, and I wouldn't just put it out like this. And there's gonna be back vocals and all that stuff. We're gonna do some nice vocal work on it, but more specifically, I think that I really want the harp to stand out in that song. And since we've been focused on the guitars today, like they're a little bit higher in the mix, and so you can't really hear the harp that well. And I'm still kind of working on the arrangements, but just so you guys see it, like those those are the harp tracks. There's so many of them, and there's so much stuff going on. One of my favorite parts on the harp is this. No, I didn't play the guitars, that's my friend. I love that. There is harp at the end. It's just the orchestra is so loud. Those are scratch tracks for harp also. Yeah. That harp part in the middle could be repeated in the outro. It's already written, it's not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna do that, but I can see, like, I have this actually. I really like this bass line, by the way. It's so subtle, but the just that really low note is a bit intense. But yeah, that kind of wraps up what I wanted to do today when it comes to editing on stream. If you guys liked that, please leave a thumbs up so that YouTube knows that it should be recommending this video to maybe more people. I know that this might not be the most... It's not the kind of thing that usually works really well on YouTube. I'm gonna be completely honest with myself. I don't expect that a lot of people are gonna want to watch editing, because you have to want to look for something super specific. But I think it's still interesting, and I haven't seen that kind of stuff on YouTube, and I wish it was there, so I would kind of know how people are doing the harp thing, not the harp thing, the editing thing and production and stuff. Like, there's a lot of videos about production, but not a lot of them go into that kind of like nitty gritty detail. Is that how you say that? Nitty gritty detail. Yeah, but you kind of see what I mean. It's not something that I see a lot, and so I think that's kind of can have some value to some people, and I hope you guys appreciated it. Scratch or not, your voice is still beautiful. Thank you, that's so nice of you. And yeah, no, just to confirm, I didn't play the guitars. Those were played by my friend Scott, and he's been doing a really good job. We've been working a lot on those and the arrangement. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Catch you later, Sony. Thanks for coming by, and thanks so much for the support. So that's pretty much it. Before I leave, I just want to say a big thank you for all of my patrons, because without you, I wouldn't be able to spend that time recording. And the thing is, like, there's when you do content creation, especially music, the thing is, a lot of that work goes behind the scenes, and it's really like, if I haven't spent that much time doing YouTube videos, and the reason is that I've been working on that kind of stuff. And I think that's our goal ultimately, is I really want to be able to put out this music, and if I didn't have Patreon, that wouldn't be possible in the same way that I'm capable of doing it now. Because I know there's like a crowd of people who are there to support me and be like, no, you should be doing the music. And I also want to say a big thank you, because I have not been as present on social media, and that's kind of where it's a bit bizarre, because you only stay on top of people's mind as a content creator if you keep creating content consistently and putting it out. But like, when it comes to big projects like that, I don't know, some people maybe manage to do that, but I have a really hard time being able to focus on everything at the same time. And thank you for your trust, basically, because even if I go silent, I know that you guys are going to be there to back me up whenever I pull a really random live stream like this one, so that I work on stuff. And this is the kind of thing that I do on a daily basis. I spend hours and hours working on this. This is like the tip of the iceberg. This is 1 hour in my 7 hours a day, or something, maybe more. I can't really count, probably more, that I spend doing music and refining the skills that I need to be able to produce stuff like that, and learn to edit and change ideas and record sometimes 2-3 times, because we're like, okay, this doesn't work, and we need to change that, and this and that, and love your artwork in the background. Oh, thank you. Yeah, those are on my store. If you guys are interested in, I think this one is not available in, I don't know. But I have t-shirts with those. Unfortunately, my camera is not focusing on them right now. But yeah, so if you are interested in these designs, they are available on my store. The blue one is, the Blood Moon one was blah, 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 discontinued. It was an exclusive limited time edition, but I might actually release it again for like 1 week or something at some point. We'll see. I have some plan actually for it, but yeah, dedicated. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like if they're signed? Oh, I think I don't have posters anymore on the store, but I do have t-shirts and some other stuff. I have hoodies and other stuff with this design, and I have some more new stuff. Yeah, you're welcome, Marcus. Really nice to see. Yeah, I don't do that very often, but once in a while, I think that it can be fun to just show you guys a little bit of the process. And did I miss some question? I'll just see the harvest part of the... Anyways, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. I hope this had some value to you. I hope you found it interesting or educational or entertaining in some way. Yeah, so stay tuned because that song as well as one other are gonna be out really soon everywhere. And so if you haven't yet joined my mailing list and you want to be notified when that music comes out, I think that's like emails are the main media that I use for announcing when my music comes out. So if you want to join my email list, you also get to have a free song at the same time. So do I have a free song? What's the command for the free song? There we go. So you can join my email list and you get to have one of my demos for free. So, and you get to be notified. I don't post a lot of emails, and I certainly don't send any spam. So if you want to stay in touch with that, that's where I let people know about the music releases that I do. And so you can do that. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon and making this possible and receiving some extra downloads, you can also join us over there. The community is super cool, and there's no obligation to do that. It's totally opt-in, opt-out. You really don't have to do that. But if you want to get some extra downloads and stuff and also contribute to making this music possible, then you can join me there. All right. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope to make a video very soon. Put the notification bell on because I don't post very often, and so if you want to be aware of the times that I actually post stuff, then that's the best way to do that, because I don't have a weekly schedule or anything, so that would be the best. All right, thank you so much. Have a good evening, and I see you very soon. Bye-bye.